What's up, openers? We're on season 3, episode 9, aka 9.
Yes, that was so smooth.
You like how I did that?
No struggle.
You know my own grandfather is Puerto Rican, for real. Yeah. Well, half Puerto Rican. Anyway. Not tell too much of my business. Welcome to Open Relationship Podcast. We have an open and honest conversation about everything from A to Z as it pertains to LGBTQ plus community and beyond. I'm your host, Rodney, and you follow me on IG at I am Rodney Wash.
I'm your host, Shazam, and you can follow me at _kid_and_play_.
And I'm your host, Solomon. You can follow me on IG at Solomon E Stretch.
And Marco is not here right now, but he will be in the chat, so make sure y'all show Marco some love. But we do have an honor read for him. We have good old collection plate. So openers and sweet babies, you can always give to the podcast because, you know, this stuff costs money and things are not cheap. You can now spend $100, only get 8 things. We need your money, okay? You know, y'all love us so much. So you can give in 3 ways. So on Facebook, you can buy stars. Stars go a long way because we are 5-star niggas. Give us 5 stars, okay? Buy up those stars on Facebook. Or you can, in every podcast description, you click that. It's a donation link. That link will go to the podcast as well. You know, help pay for Solomon clothes. You know, he likes to wear Target clothes. Or is it Amazon?
Oh.
No, I was trying to be funny, but it didn't come out wrong. I'm sorry. Okay. You know, this help pay for people's stuff.
Solomon's clothes.
Damn, Solomon, you know what? You could have cussed my ass out, because I really didn't really came out wrong.
You deserve to be cursed out for that. That was a little nasty, Phaedra. That was nasty.
Even I said, damn.
I said, like, ooh, not freaking. You know what, Solomon? I like your Amazon 2 pieces.
Look. No, it be cute though. I always compliment it.
I wouldn't wear them, but they cute.
Now look. See? Or you can buy stickers if you're watching us via YouTube. All you gotta do is, it's at the bottom right. You see right here, everybody look to the bottom right of your screen. You see that $sign? That is called stickers. Stickers will help, you know, you get you a shout out via live broadcast, and you also your name on the podcast audio version. So make sure you know, get them good old stickers and buy some stickers and show some love. Or you can join our monthly subscription. All right. So with that being said, since Marco at home, he said he's gonna go live. hit up his Instagram.
He just said, I'm in the chat tonight under the weather, can't be sniffing and coughing on air.
Child, you know that's right. Keep that at home, baby.
He said he'll be sniffling like Rodney.
Oh, you know what? Somebody read me about that. I'll tell y'all offline.
Well, last week you were breathing in the mic.
Really, I didn't hear this time. Now previously, yeah, that's a good read, cause baby, I'm like, ooh.
I remember on Hey Arnold, or that boy would walk up behind Helga breathing hard and she would punch him.
But also you can do it on our monthly subscription. First, not OnlyFans, we just be playing, but like that would help. That's a monthly donation to the podcast automatically. You already doing the OnlyFans, that's good for YouTube as well. Clock y'all T. All right. Shazam, how's your week going?
My week.
You got a little burn on your little right shoulder. That's left, right? Yeah, left shoulder.
See, speaking Spanish, don't you left from right. Anyways, my week has been great. As y'all know, I celebrate a birthday, so it's like I've probably been on like a 15-day birthday celebration. My mom is currently at my house. The boy that makes me say yeah was here when I first got back. So it's just been everybody at my house over and over and over. Yes, the boy that makes me say yeah. Yeah, so he was at my house. We left here last Tuesday. I picked him up from the airport. He was at my house Tuesday to Thursday night.
He saw your mom?
No.
Oh, okay.
My mom landed Friday morning.
Oh.
Time that out, baby. And then my mom has been here since Friday. It's been great. I've like, you know how when you're so used to people being around and that first night that your house is going to be quiet? My house is going to be quiet tomorrow. And I don't know if I'm going to cry. I don't know if I'm going to sleep. I don't know what I'm going to do.
You might do both. You might cry yourself to sleep.
I don't know what's going to happen.
Weren't you used to being alone?
Yes, but once you're like, I haven't been alone since probably like, I had the work trip and then then I came here, went to Dominican, boy, that makes me year was here. My mama here, and now it's like the tomorrow's the 17th, and my mom is leaving, and I'm just like, so I don't know. I feel like it's probably gonna be relaxing, but at the same time, I've enjoyed the time with my mom so much.
Yeah, I understand.
And it's just been great. Rodney, how was your week?
My week is going pretty well. I'm going to office this week, so that's why I look like a work week because I was not going home. Y'all would have seen me tonight if I went home. But other than that, it's going really good. Oh, I made my first mortgage payment.
Ooh. And turned around and got slapped with a bill.
It feel like my house now. I was going
I can't get this shit back.
baby, but I felt like an adult. I don't know. It's like a different feeling. Like when I first said pay 9, I said, "Oh, I'm really paying for a motherfucking mortgage. Like it's fucking real, and it's coming again next month." But it's mine, so
amen.
Yeah, that's good. What about you, Solomon?
It's been a good week. Actually, yesterday was one of those days where I just had a bunch of unexpected positivity. Like I did this one assessment, and I got off the video call, and the woman was like, "Now don't forget to love on yourself today." And I was like, and I immediately bust out laughing. I was like, "Oh my God, thank you." I was like, "You do the same." And then there were a couple other experiences, and I was just like, "Oh, somebody's loving on me today," and I like that. I like that for me. That's it.
That's good. Look, I love a good love. Hold on, let me do Marco's part.
Really?
We do. Love good love. What's up, openers? Before we get into these streets, we have to pay these bills. If you don't know, Apple's our official sponsor for the Open Relationship podcast. If you haven't done so yet, click the link in the bio for 1 month of Apple or Apple Music for free. As always, your support is greatly appreciated. All right. I did that. I'm going to clap for my damn self. But let's get into these streets. So in the streets, Marco has put on docket for us, you guys.
I like how you just...
What?
Marco has put it out there for us.
Yeah, I mean, it's his segment. I ain't going to take credit for it. So unfortunately, let me say this, y'all, before I get into this. When people say they would kill you and all that kind of stuff, y'all think that's lovey-dovey, cute, and they stalking your phone and want to know where you at 25 seconds, y'all think that's so in love. Stay away from them people.
Jared wants to know, don't Rodney got a boyfriend?
Who?
Whoa. In the ghetto. We in the streets now, baby. So, Rodney, do you have a boyfriend?
Next question to me. Not Jared trying to put me out. He got a whole husband. Hey,
Rodney,
husband.
why you turning red, girl?
Now, look here. I'm spilling my damn water. Playing with Charlie. Let me get back to script.
You got to hold it in your mouth.
Jed up here trying to get in my business. All right, Jed.
That's Shazam's job.
Look, he trying to take your spot, sis.
Girl. You trying to flip the shade because you don't want to answer the question if you got a boyfriend or not. We're waiting.
Let the people think I'm single and lonely and ain't got nobody. What else they said?
Y'all see he's avoiding the question, right?
I'm bitter.
They said
I'm
you bitter.
miserable.
Everyone, this is called avoidance.
Like what just hit me up and find out. Ain't nobody put a ring on it yet. But moving along. But no, honestly, you guys, like, for real, please take people's words for truth. Mm-hmm. Because this is a reason why. This is one of many reasons. It's a sad reason. So 25-year-old Carlos Collins from Mississippi, which is my home state, was stabbed with an axe and shot multiple times by ex-boyfriend, which happened to be also an ex-Mississippi police officer. So I did some research on my own. Because on the page, I guess you could tell when they broke up. Mm-hmm. Because the ex started posting videos of, like, if the bitch leave me, I'm going to go crazy. The bitch leave me, I'm going to kill him. Like, those type of videos. Like, you know how people, we be laughing at them? I have laughed at them myself. But, like, I'm like, wow, this man was, like, really going through it. Like, You could tell the breakup affected him. And then on the news, they said that he was at a club and he had to get a restraining order against him. And that's the whole thing about a restraining order. That's a whole nother topic. We get a restraining order against the ex-boyfriend. He showed up to the club, and the club promoter said since you didn't have the restraining order on him, they couldn't put the person out.
Yeah.
His ex out. And Carlos had a restraining order. Yeah. Oh, okay. Marco put all the notes right here. Okay, Marco did his research. Okay.
You are something shady today, child.
I'm just playing. But no, I'm not laughing at them anyway. But yeah, so how do y'all feel about that? Like, how does it make y'all feel? Like, you don't feel protected.
When I first read it, I was extremely sad when it first hit like Twitter and Instagram and Facebook and all the platforms. It was extremely sad because once again, the system has failed us. A system that like was supposed to protect him didn't. And then to take it a step further, there were articles that, and the family said, like, this young man had been to the police multiple times, like, hey, he's stalking me. He's doing this. He's doing this. And they're like, oh, we had a restraining order. And I want to say, if I read correctly, the young man's apartment was across the street from the police station. So it's like so many opportunities where the police should have protected him and they didn't. I think we have to take it a step further and then realize, like, as much as we want to give people the benefit of the doubt, we have to watch patterns with people. The man that killed this young man was already like on leave, had been put on like suspension from the the police agency, or I guess the police department, excuse me, and end up being terminated. So there's like things that probably were red flags, and not to victim shame, I'm not doing that, but we have to be aware of that. And then secondly, it's just like, when people, as you said, when people say things like, I love you to death, or like, if you leave me, I'll kill you, I'll kill myself. These are things that we like joke about. We be like, oh my God, that's so sexy. But it's actually toxic and it's scary. And this is a perfect example of where it actually went bad. And it's actually really sad. Like, I was literally shocked. I had no words when it happened.
And you know, it's interesting because we've had so many shows that where we talked about red flags. And I think a consensus has been that as soon as we start seeing red flags, we
ignore them.
No, we're shooting the deuces and we're leaving.
Wait. Okay, continue.
Didn't we say that before?
I did.
Oh, we see red flags. I thought you said
Yeah.
people sometimes they ignore. Okay. Yeah, people do.
No, but we see these red flags and we shoot the deuces and we're out. And you were just talking about, you know, giving people the benefit of the doubt. We don't have that luxury. We don't have that luxury. We can't afford to give people the benefit of the doubt because it will end up costing you your life.
It's just sad. I've seen the mom, and like his family reminded of Mississippi family, like the great auntie, like she was like, Lord, it done killed whatchamacall. And like I just hear, like I can imagine my auntie saying that about me, you know what I'm saying? So I shed a few tears because you fall in love with somebody and you find out they're not who they supposed to be, and you don't put things in your own hand. You go do proper percussions, what they tell you what to do. You get a restraining order, and it don't hold no weight. You're like, that's scary. Like, what, should I kill him? And then I'm in jail because he tried to kill me, then y'all mad at me. You know what I'm saying? Like, what do you do to protect yourself? Because somebody gonna get a restraining order, it's serious. Like, you really went down there to the police station and said, this person is stalking me, X, Y, Z. He had to have evidence for that too, by the way. They just don't take restraining orders by word of mouth instead of proof. So he had enough proof to get one, and then he's not protected. That's freaking sad. Like, rest in peace, man. I hope your soul is finding some type of rest, and I hope your family finds some type of healing, because I can only imagine. All right. Huh?
Well, and I was also going to say, like, even in the comments, we have people who are saying that it's their family's biggest fear that somebody's going to go crazy and be on some, if I can't have you, nobody else will. And that's not even normal. Like, having a fear that your loved one is going to be stalked and abused, and that's wild.
The fact that it has become, there's just several things that as Black parents, that our parents have to fear about us that they didn't have to fear about, like when they were growing up. Mm-hmm. Like Black mothers worrying about, what if my son gets pulled over tonight? Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Black parents worrying about, what if my child's in the grocery store and they think they stole? Like, kids are getting shot for that. And then it's somewhere, and then you have to take it a step further, which really gets a little like scary, because it's like, what if somebody loves my child so much? And that's what I want, somebody to love my child, but they love them too much. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So.
But that also reminds me of a story that I saw on social media, might have been this morning, where the 61-year-old woman was picking up a delivery.
The Uber driver?
Yeah.
Oh yes, hot off the press.
And like, it was too fresh. I was on Twitter for other reasons. But I saw the story, but y'all know the deal. But I saw the story and I was like, 61, and because of a prank, like, she loses her life. But what I really don't like is
what you mean a prank?
Wasn't it a prank?
It was like a scammer. Like, the guy was being scammed and somebody like called and said like, you have a family member incarcerated. I don't know all the details, but essentially then the Uber driver, Uber driver pulled up to take somebody somewhere, and he thought that was the person who had called to prank him, like to scam him, and he shot her.
Now, was that proven to be true?
I don't know.
She wasn't the one. She was just Uber driver.
No, was that the reason why he shot? Was that proven to be true?
That's what like the
caption
says.
They love to say stuff like that when they do something wrong. Let me stop. I'm gonna stop doing that. I hope it's true, but I hope I don't. You know what? He needs to go to jail. Period.
No, he's already been charged.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But the thing is, I think one of the biggest things about the story that is unfortunate is how we are telling the story. And so when I'm looking on social media, it's 61-year-old woman unalived. And when did we start using unalived?
When people became black and killed.
And I think that's where we start desensitizing ourselves from the act of
that is
being
so
murdered.
dehumanizing, like unalived.
Yeah, it desensitizes you from the violence of murder.
But this is something that's reoccurring. It's just like when a white person jumps into church and shoots the church up, mentally ill man causes harm to church. A black man goes and robs a church. Black man shoots and kills 25 people in church.
You know what's so sad though? You mean that
twisted.
boy who they tried to say he was mentally unstable, who jumped across that desk and beat that judge up when he got sentenced?
The bench? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they charged. You know how much jail time they gave that man? And he tried to pull the mentally card, and it didn't work for him. But you telling me that she got beat up really bad. I'm not trying to take away from that, but a white person walk into a church, shoot up a church, and y'all are going to even give him the privilege of saying, oh, he has a mental issue.
And this is reoccurring. Let's be clear. This literally just happened at Joel Osteen's church a few weeks ago, that a woman walked up in there and started shooting people. Like,
but there was, and I don't want to turn this into a trauma trilogy or whatever, but man goes to police stations. Well, he ends up going to multiple counseling agencies, tries to get psychological assessments completed. Everybody was like, you're fine, go home. And then he walks into a Walmart and stabs a 19-year-old black kid.
I seen that.
Yeah.
There's just so much going on.
There's a lot going on, and unfortunately we don't hear enough about it.
So I'm telling y'all, you gotta keep that pow wow on you. Okay. All right. So Arizona, good old AZ, if you don't know the abbreviation. 1864 law is no longer a law according to Arizona Supreme Court last Tuesday. The law orders doctors not to give suppliers or administrators to a pregnant woman, and if done so, could face jail time for 2 to 5 years. The only way a woman in the state of Arizona could have an abortion is if the mother is at risk. Okay, I understand it now. The ruling puts the issue of abortion access front and center for election year. Interesting. How do y'all feel about that? Like, this is some scary shit to me. Because, like, what I don't understand is, when America was created, it was created for freedom of speech, freedom of religion. I think it's freedom of choice, right? To do, not to kill people like this, to live your life and how you want to live it. Was that one of them too? I don't know. Solomon, somebody?
I'm sorry, what? I was in the comments.
No, so when America was designed, created, I know it for freedom of speech and freedom of religion, but was it freedom of choice was one of them as well? No?
No, when America was when America was colonized, it was to eradicate all the indigenous people that was here.
You know what? You're right. But okay, you took it there.
I think even I get where you're going, but we have to realize that we were like what a 3/4 of person, or 3/4 of person when they created these laws. So like, or when they said, oh, everyone should have life, liberty, justice, and the pursuit of all this other bullshit.
Yeah.
But we weren't taking into account then. So it's like, and let alone black folks, women were still on the short end of that as well because they couldn't vote, they couldn't do all this other stuff. So it's sad that we have Trump running around here talking about I got rid of Roe versus Wade, and this has been a downfall effect on all these other states, and now it's just becoming a bigger issue that's going to lead to like bigger health inequalities in states that actually need it. Because most of the time in a lot of these states that are ran by Republicans that have these nasty ass Republican bans on abortion are states of people who are probably lower socioeconomic status and they need abortions. But the problem is, and if we really want to get into it, it's not the fact that the abortions are banned. It's the abortions are banned from like being almost like publicly funded. And let's be very clear. It's not a whole bunch of black women that are getting abortions. Okay. Let's be very, very, very fucking clear. It's white women. Like these are the women that are having to get abortions.
I like when you put your public health hat on.
It pisses me off because a lot of people just don't understand it. It's like, they're like, oh, welfare and food stamps, black folks. No, bitch, it's white people. Abortions, it's not these black women running around like always getting abortions. These are white people who are sending their daughters who didn't got pregnant to go get abortions. So it's like, they're still going to get those abortions because their parents have the resources to send them across state to get abortions. But now we have the individuals who are black or brown and they need an abortion because, for example, they were raped, but they can't get it. So now they don't even have the resources to go across state to get those. So all these different states and these abortion laws are crazy because I think Megan Thee Stallion said it in the song, like, you making laws about a pussy and you ain't even got one. Like, that's crazy to me.
It's crazy that we are letting women lose their rights, honestly. And you know what? Everyone else is next. So once they get rid of them, everyone is free game.
Hello.
And we really need to pay attention to that, you guys. Like, real shit. Get your ass out there and vote. Register to vote. And know what you're voting for, who you're voting for. I'm not ever going to tell you who to vote for. But it's getting real. And once it hits once the ripple effect start hitting everybody else, it's going to be too late. We're not banding together now. And I'm pleading with you all. Please. I mean, goddamn, what's it called? Begged y'all to vote for her. Y'all didn't vote for Hillary. He told y'all what was going to happen. And look what the fuck happened. This man is stacking the damn Supreme Court justice. He is putting all these radical left Republican views in here. We ain't gonna go outside no more.
Well, the good thing is that on Monday, they had like a Supreme Court justice hearing and Clarence Thomas didn't show up. Did y'all see that?
I hope he's
Clarence Thomas, he didn't show up. And normally when judges miss, there's always like a note from their office, like they're doing this, they're doing this. And he's been missing all week. So if the good Lord is doing what he needs to do naturally, Biden could be doing some appointing. Now, I'm sure the Republicans would cause a whole bunch of fuss because then that would literally turn the Supreme Court to Democratic favor. But they said Clarence Thomas ain't showed up. That's what the streets is saying.
Clarence Thomas, you know, you can stick it.
He might have pushed the button, baby.
I know, they say that he replaced Thurgood Marshall. That's so crazy to me.
That is crazy.
Put a coon. Anyway, you know, I love politics.
You know what the fuck we need to talk about that we have not talked about, and it's not on in the streets?
What?
OJ didn't clocked out, y'all.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God.
OJ clocked out.
They done took OJ.
How do y'all feel about it? I want to know.
I'm going to be honest. The law say he didn't do it. He didn't do it.
Okay, Sullivan.
Wait, so what's the question?
How do you feel about OJ clocking out?
Oh, well, how do we feel about... Okay, so he answered a different question.
Okay.
So how do I feel about OJ clocking out? Well, I mean, you know, when it's your time, it's your time. I don't have any kind of, like, yay or nay feelings about it. It's just...
How do y'all feel knowing that any of his family members that were visiting him on his deathbed had to sign NDAs?
Ooh, that's news to me.
Yeah, he made his family members to come visit him while he was dying. You had to sign an NDA.
I mean, what? The man dead. What they gonna do? Dig his grave up and put him in a jail cell?
Was one of the family members Chloe?
I'm confused. Oh.
So have y'all saw? Okay, so you're messy.
They say that's Chloe daddy.
Hell yes, it's always been allegedly. Now,
Allegedly. I mean,
the
I'm
Kardashians to come get
I'm
us
just
now.
asking questions.
But they saying that was you. You haven't been on Twitter, so somebody, excuse me, not somebody. Caitlyn Jenner tweeted, "Good riddance, OJ." And in the comments, there were a lot of things. Somebody said, "You're next, Miss Doubtfire."
I saw that. That was... oof.
Somebody responded and said, "Didn't you just kill somebody? Because y'all know he hit somebody with a car and killed her."
But then they also said,
Then
didn't
somebody
you
said,
just kill
somebody? And they said, "Pound R.I.P. Bruce Jenner." Then somebody said, "Damn, Chloe done lost all 3 of her daddies."
Damn.
But I just had to bring that up because I feel like that was like such a big thing in culture. Like when this happened and like OJ puts on this glove and he cannot fit the glove. And everybody's like,
If it don't fit.
somebody said, "I hope his wings fit when he got there." It was really nasty.
Oh, wow.
His wings.
Like his angel wings when he got up to heaven.
I'm gonna say this. I mean, that man got what he did. Some bullshit ass crime. They locked him up for like 9 years to try to get him some payback for being acquitted from his
Yeah, I think that was just, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, rest in peace, man. I ain't gonna say nothing bad about you. I wasn't there, and you know what? I feel like if you did do something like that, God would deal with you.
It's just complicated. Maybe. I don't know if it's complicated.
Don't his kids still talk to him?
Probably. But I'm just talking about the whole murder case. Because it came at a time where the world was kind of in shambles after Rodney King.
Yeah.
And I remember being in elementary school and watching all of it on TV.
What in
It was
1992 Rodney King?
Thanks so.
You okay, girl?
I definitely trying to make sure y'all talk.
I think I hate to get in conspiracy theories, but I always like once I see one, I feel like I go in a rabbit hole. Have y'all ever heard, and this is allegedly, have y'all ever heard the fact that they say like OJ's son actually did it? And he like knew, and OJ knew, and he knew that if they put him on trial, and he told the attorneys like, make me try on the glove because he knew he wouldn't fit the glove because the glove wasn't fit for him and it was his son. Y'all ever heard that?
Ooh, no.
I'm gonna send y'all this Twitter thread. There's this Twitter thread that tests like all these different theories, and I was on the couch like, bitch. So
That would get you down a rabbit hole.
It would.
I'm literally sitting up like, have y'all seen that meme where that girl's like, that's what I was doing watching it. I'm like scrolling my phone like, damn, this is crazy. Because when they did like the OJ, like, it was like Cuba Gooding Jr., he did like a OJ Simpson live thing, like a court series. And I was glued to the TV because I wasn't old enough to remember it. But like seeing all the details and how it played out and like the attorneys and like seeing all the shit that was going on, I was like, OJ had a badass motherfucking team, and they knew what they was doing.
Yeah, before we get into the your topic, you forgetting our business. How do y'all feel about the taxes this year? Do you get a refund or do you owe?
Baby, I waited until April 14th at 11:59.99, 11:59.59, excuse me, to do my taxes, and Uncle Sam asked me for some money, baby. Mm-hmm. But one thing I will say, like, I was irritated with the bill, and my mom was there when I was, like, walking through my taxes, like, and I was just like, this is so stupid. And then I just thought to myself, like, if I owe them some money, that means I had a lot of money this year. And God is in the blessing business, so I paid the little tax bill. I will say that it wasn't little, but I will say that they gave me my bill and told me what I owe. And I was like, oh, and they were like, but you have payment options. And mind y'all, I didn't wait until the last minute to do my taxes on the 14th. And they're like, but all payments had to be completed by the 15th.
Yep.
Bitch, why you telling me that I have payment options? So I just was like, girl, take your little funky ass money and get away from me. But I'm really starting to, like, I started wrote like a lot of notes when I was like talking to the lady about it. And I need to figure out how to get more write-offs. Because there's like so many ways to get write-offs where like you shouldn't, like I shouldn't be owing that much money as a single black male in America. I need my reparations. I shouldn't have to pay taxes, but I won't go there.
I'm going to say this. I did not pay my tax bill. It's going to get paid by the end of this year. But I felt like I did everything right. Oh, excuse. What is going on, y'all? With me. I felt like I did everything right. And I removed that little $500 dependent thing. You know, the little dependent thing. I put everything regular. No dependents. And I still owe, and I don't know why. And that's very fucking frustrating. And I don't like to cuss anymore, but like, I am fucking frustrated because I'm like, how the fuck do I have a tax bill?
Look,
it's not making sense.
I'm in the same space. I am trying to learn as much as I can. I even see posts about people who claim their pets.
Well, I guess those are bills and medical things and stuff like that.
Yeah, and I don't have a pet, so I'm just saying, like, there are so many different ways you can decrease your tax bill or find, what are we calling them?
CPAs?
No.
Shit, I just said
you just said it.
Charities, deductions.
And so I'm just like, but did you guys use that spreadsheet I sent y'all, the 50, 30, 20?
Girl, I don't know what that is.
Oh, did you see it? Oh, so we had this financial advisor come into our office and talk about just finances and how you should be saving. So 50% of your income should go to daily living, 30% should go towards
like savings, investments.
No, 20 should be savings and investments, and then 30% should go to something else, some shit, I don't know. But I started filling it out, and I was just looking like, damn, I should actually be saving more money.
I try not to think about saving money like often because I have like automatic withdrawals coming out, going to different accounts and things like that. But it starts to stress me out when I think about it. And I was like, okay, Lord, like you've been providing this long. Hopefully I'm going to be okay. And then I just think that the smartest thing I heard over the last few weeks when it comes to taxes is this man, this woman were talking. I think it might have been a podcast. I don't know. But it was like a little clip on Instagram. And they were like, the smartest thing we ever did was when we got married, we lived off his salary and invested mine. And she was like, and now we're billionaires and own, I don't know, we comb carpets or something. It was something stupid. Like they didn't really have real like big ass jobs that took a lot of money. But because for so long they lived off of like his salary and like she was a teacher, they invested her teacher salary. They now are like thriving and doing amazing. So.
All right, well, Jared, please hit us up and let us know because I wonder how Trump ass make all that money. He only paid what, like only like $17 in taxes. Did y'all see his tax returns? I was fucking pissed.
He's a crook. And we also have to realize that we have like these tax bills that have been through and everybody was like, oh, I got a whole bunch of extra money. Come 2027, you're not going to get shit, sis. These Republican tax bills are not written for the middle class. Like, and unfortunately, like, even though they may benefit some of us or even some of our family members, ultimately, everyone has become so selfish and no one thinks about the general population anymore. And a lot of people are going to be broke ass poor, like one paycheck away from living at the homeless shelter on Peachtree and Pine.
But I think most people, a good portion of the population is already living paycheck to paycheck.
Well, it's going to get worse now because these tax bills, like people are going to have to wipe their savings out to pay some tax bills. I read an article that said normally 89% of the United States gets a tax refund, and this year the IRS has already calculated that's down to 65%. For some people, that's the biggest deposit they get all year.
Let me say this: my mortgage is not cheap, but it's not cheap.
You'll get a good write-off next year.
I'm gonna put it that if I was to miss, I would say what 4 months, my mortgage is like in the 5 digits. So I understand what you're saying, and that's fucking scary. And now I'm kind of realize it. Like I'm, it's a lot. It's very scary.
You better not call out on Thursday.
You know what I'm saying. So like, if I miss 4 months, I'm like, damn, that's almost like 10,000. You know what I'm saying? Like that's a lot of money. So I understand. I guess I'm poor, cause baby,
bitch, we all poor. Hell.
I'm not claiming it.
Look, unless I get $1 million,
baby, I ain't missed a payment yet. I ain't seen the righteous forsaken, child. So
look, you know what? You right.
I ain't worried.
I'm rich in the Lord. Amen.
Hello, okay. I'm the lender, not the borrower. I'm not playing with y'all. Solomon, I'm not playing. Like when people like, I be joking to be like, oh, I ain't got no money, but I be thinking, stop saying a bitch because you actually got some money. Like
I really do, and I thank God.
People be like, oh, I don't have it to give, and I don't.
Anybody form their lips to ask me for something, I'm just look at them.
I'm gonna do this.
I don't have no money to loan to nobody.
Look, bitch, you ask, I'm asking too.
Have y'all saw that thing that be like, people be like, post your Cash App in the comments. I'm gonna ask somebody for a blessing, and people don't read it right, and they be thinking they're gonna get some money from it, and then they be sending people requests. But
Oh, Lord.
anywho, situations with Shazam. So y'all know that it is spring break season. When we was younger, we had like BET Spring Fling. We had Panama City Beach. We had, I guess those were the main things. Like everybody went to PCB. I don't know what these new kids be doing now. But spring break. So hot in here, Nelly. First of all, Nelly, shout out to you. You is fine as hell. You are aging like fine wine. I don't know how you're taking care of yourself, but
Yes, he is,
you and
Lord.
Usher are up there with the men that, yes, Lord. So spring break 2000s. I know y'all had some wild spring breaks. Y'all look like y'all did. So what was your first spring break trip? Was it in high school? Was it in college? What would you consider your first spring break?
Mine was college.
Where'd you go?
Where did I go? Honestly, I don't remember. I do remember taking trips early 2000s. I don't remember. The only trip I remember was late 2000s. Well, it was 2004 when I was in college. But I remember I went on a trip with two of my friends. We went to Savannah for St. Patrick's Day. And when I tell you, I grew up in Savannah, but I didn't really get to experience Savannah because I was around family. But having the opportunity to go with friends and be wild.
What does be wild mean? Tell the people.
I was trash. I was drunk. We were out there in the streets with all the people. It was a ton of people. St. Patrick's Day in Savannah. I don't know if it's the
deal.
Same. I think it used to be bigger.
One of my friends went, I think this year, and she was like, whoa. Because it's like the whole, like, cobblestone road downtown, all that kind of
River
thing.
Street, and they dye the river green, and it's a big thing. And
You just had some kind of memory because you smiling and glowing.
well, no, I mean, we temporarily lost someone. There was a lot going on.
Rodney, what was your first spring break?
I'll have to say college, and I don't know. I thought I hear music. I hear music.
Girl, focus.
I don't know. It's okay.
Not your ear doing things.
I don't know what's going on. I can hear that. Okay. What was the question? Memory. Okay. So I went to Miami with my friends for freshman year. I never forget. I had my refund check, and I got like $6,000, and I went down to Miami and had a blast. And when I tell y'all, I regret every bit of that.
Come on, refund check.
Look, y'all don't
That's a
keep
whole
it real.
segment, bitch.
But I tell y'all, but it was fun. I just remember we rode down there in a 2005 Chevy Malibu. Rode from
Was
Hattiesburg.
it 5 deep?
We was 6 deep. We was 6 deep in that thing. But man, when I tell y'all, we had the best. That was like the best trip ever. Like,
Did y'all share one hotel room?
we did.
Oh, that was probably a good trip. That was the best trip.
Man, 6 people up in that bitch.
Was it a hatchback?
Like, it was just, I just remember, like, if I could see the memories in my head, like the shit that we did. I remember I kissed an iguana. I was drunk boots. We went to some section.
Wait, how'd that happen?
What you mean, kiss an iguana?
Okay, you make it sound like it's normal.
I mean, that's what the kind of bar they had. It was like some kind of iguana bar. And if you wanted a free shot, you had to kiss the iguana on the head. And I kissed it like 8 times.
So you got 8 shots.
8 shots.
Well, you know, you have $6,000 in your pocket. You could have just bought the shot.
I brought clothes. Dumb. I know. That check lasted me, for no lie, like 3 months.
And that $6,000 now is probably $18,000 in student loans.
Move on.
So what was my first spring break would have been, I went on a family trip to Orlando and we went to like Islands of Adventure, Universal Studios, like that kind of shit. My first like wild spring break, I would say, was probably in college. And I don't even think it was anywhere far. I think we like went up the road to like, it was like a conference or some shit that we had to go to or something. Like it was something like really trivial, but like in conferences in college, this shit was wild. So it was like being there and everybody just getting fucked up. I think I was in St. Louis. Yeah, it was a spring break in St. Louis. I drove my car down there. I drove a 2004.
How far is that from Indiana?
From Indiana, it was probably like 5 or 6 hours, I think.
Okay, let me go home.
I had a 2004, no, it was a 2007 Chevy Impala. It was white with black windows.
And Impala was popular back then.
Baby had 2 tens in the trunk, okay? I was straight back then. But we had such a fucking good time, and all we did was like drink, and it's like funny because no matter where we come from, it's like the same experience was like, okay, all of us finna pile up in this hotel room. It don't matter. Like, we gonna get a bottle of like E&J and a bottle of Smirnoff, and girl, we gonna go to town and we gonna have a great fucking time. What was your parents' response to like the first time you was like, I wanna go on spring break?
They ain't know.
Oh.
Like as a family?
No, like as a college student or even as a child, like you wanna go on spring break by yourself. Like, what was your parents' response?
So I did go to, for my senior year, I think everybody did it. Well, let me not say that. I thought a lot of people went to Mexico for their spring break for the senior year.
Of college?
Yeah,
or high school?
High school.
Oh, okay.
That was the thing about high school. Like a lot of this, what the seniors
They
did.
went by themselves?
Yeah.
Or with their parents?
There was like went by yourself. You had to be 18, but like it was tradition. So some of my senior class went, and it was just the worst trip ever. Somebody got arrested.
What part of Mexico y'all go to? Cancun?
Cancun.
Okay.
Not somebody got arrested.
It was.
The first
Not
time
me,
What?
but like it was just wasn't fun. I didn't have fun. I feel like I couldn't do shit because we were too young to do certain things, and it was just.
The first time I asked my mom to go on spring break, I wanted to go to Panama City Beach. And it was like a big thing in my high school. Like everybody went to Panama City and they would like rent condos, but people would go without their parents. Like it would be like 17, 18 year, well not 18, probably like 16, 17 year olds like getting in a car and like driving to Florida by themselves, checking into the condo.
Indiana?
Yes, Rodney. It was crazy. And people would like go down there and have the time of their lives and come back like, oh yeah, we were getting drunk, like all this crazy shit. Or it would be, oh, we're driving in this car, but my parents are going to be flying down and they're going to be there. So, like, people's parents would be there to supervise. But parents was not giving a fuck. Like, people were down there acting a damn fool and would come back to school and be, like, getting, like, suspended and shit because the school would, like, find out what was going on and it would, like, be spilling into classes and shit. It was crazy.
How can you get suspended if you did outside of school?
It was weird because people would, like, come and, like, they would be, it's almost like bringing, like, you're becoming a disruption in the classroom. And in Indiana, they did not play those fucking games. So you come to school talking about, homegirl was butt naked and showed her titties at school, like on spring break, like you're finna get in trouble. But it was like wild. Like people were literally like 16 and 17 driving from Indiana to Florida all by themselves. I remember asking my mom and she was like, hell no.
What was the parents?
Hell no.
That's my question.
I'm from a white town. Like the kids was white. Like their parents was letting them do whatever.
Oh.
My mom told me, hell no, you're not going to Panama City Beach.
With them.
My mom was not letting me go.
I'm saying.
Yeah.
Not Mad Dog 2020. Somebody said Panama City Beach for spring break. Yes, Panama City. If you get online right now and Google Panama City Beach spring break, you will see the motherfucking beach. You can't even see the sand. All you see is people. Now it's more white people than like black people down there. But Panama City was like
Miami was like a high school town.
Y'all drove, right?
No, I'm sorry. I'm gonna mix up college. Miami was a college. Never mind.
Girl, you okay today?
I don't know what's going on. Yeah.
Well, you said your mom didn't know you was going on spring break.
Ain't nobody know.
You ain't tell mama you grown.
And back then you didn't have locations because y'all was using
Back then,
razors, probably.
Back then, I using what?
like razors, the little flip phone.
Motorola razor. I think I had one.
Probably a phone you could play Snake on, huh?
I think it was. Yeah. I hate you. one of those Nokia.
Yeah, it's like
one
the
of
little
Nokia
had the little bitty
bricks.
screen. And all the like ringtones are like only like Like it was, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I was one of those good kids. Like I was good on the surface, but then it was Solomon. What's this plane ticket? Solomon, what is this? What's this hotel in?
You use your
Puerto
parents'
Rico.
card.
They find out after the fact.
You needed your ass.
You need your ass beat. I thought you spending your own money.
There was a time
So
when
you
I
spending
was
making purchases on your. So you wasn't okay, Michelle. Who came still talking about? Who you
She said, Paris. It says on the statement, you pay for an Uber. She threw that drink on her at the table.
Not
crazy.
you spending a lot of money on your mama card. And
it was Daddy's card.
Your dad just said, never mind. That's
Look.
bad. I'm not saying that.
No, Solomon needed his ass kicked. Say it.
Look, I needed to. I needed it.
So do you think as an adult, like, will you take your children on spring break or will you let them go by themselves with their friends? Where do you think you're going to lie with that?
Depends on how the
18,
world
you can
turn
go.
out.
You can do what I did at 18. With 17 on down, you're not going out the country.
What'd you say, Solomon?
I said it depends on how the world turns out.
I can see that.
Look,
Damn, you right about that. You right about that.
I would love for my kids to have a lot of freedom. I think we had a lot of freedom growing up, but with who our parents were, I think we put more restrictions on ourselves than they did. I would love for my kids to have that kind of freedom, but I'm also like, there's so much shit going on.
The world is so much with technology. It's just gonna be weird. I'm scared of my kids' safety. How they just meet up with people off the internet, like so much stuff. It's just too much.
Yeah, the thought of children, like, I want to have kids, but I think, like, I'm going to have kids. Like, that's going to happen. But the thought of, like, how do I protect them in this, like, ever-changing world? It really startles me. Because I feel like, even when I was younger, like, my mom and them could be like, and I know I'm a lot younger than you girls, but they could be like, go outside and play and come home by the street lights. You can't send your kids outside to play by themselves.
Are you 31 or 32?
I just had a birthday. You're older than me, Nene.
You're
That's
32?
fine. No, Nene, that's
30?
enough.
33,
Anyways, no, absolutely not. y'all focus on the topic at hand. Focus where it is now. But no, I just think it's like we have to really think about how we're going to raise these kids when it's like we got some man in a white truck with no windows picking kids up.
Okay,
Like,
offering candy.
it's just fucked up.
Yeah, like my nephew playing this little Xbox game, PS game, on the phone, and the guy's like, so he about 40 years old. Granted, they're playing games, but that didn't sit well with me. Like, why your grown ass right here playing my nephew who is 9 on this Fortnite game online? I ain't like that. And I told my son, I said, I don't like that shit. She was like, you being over. I said, I don't like that. That man cussing on there, saying all kind of stuff. Stuff they don't need to be hearing.
I'm to the point that I don't even know if my kids are going to play video games. Like, that's okay. We're getting away from the topic, but hopefully everybody had a great spring break and gets a vacation. As an adult, you should also be taking not a spring break, but take a vacation, y'all. We all go to work every day.
Nude
get our ass
beach.
whooped. Ooh. The girls were at the nude beach this weekend in Miami. I saw some pictures. But if you all have not taken a vacation, just take a vacation, unplug, even if it's not far. Go do your little staycation, a vacation, a sexcation, whatever you want to do.
I love sexcation.
Sexcation.
Y'all have those a lot? I see we getting y'all business. You want to say?
Your segment is over.
Thank you.
Listen, I get my
Carry on.
I get my sexcations, baby. Whew. Thank you, Lord.
All right, before we get into the MengeATrios, here at Open Relationship Podcast, we are all about community, safe spaces, and open-ended conversations where we can agree or disagree and still be heard. Please continue to tune into our live shows via YouTube. Check out our merch, and I need to buy some shit. I need some merch. I need a shirt.
You do. Yes, you do.
Yeah,
And
we
y'all need to buy
cups.
some merch.
Y'all need to buy some shirts, some mugs. What else we got? Keychains?
No, the shirts, mugs, and pullovers.
You want
Like
us
a
to,
hoodie?
Hoodie.
You want us to get magnets?
Would that be cute?
No.
For the refrigerator? Anyway,
As
so
long as-
click the link below. Hope to see you in the fifth seat, just like the folks here tonight. What were we saying?
Bitch, it's your segment.
It's your segment.
So
Marco, please hurry back. Hurry back, girl.
We
Come
miss
on
you,
back.
buddy. We all.
What a saying, we bring back our Marco.
Come back when you're well, though. Keep your sick at home.
Water.
What?
Nothing. That's okay.
All right, so for today's Menage a Trois, I want to talk a little bit about passion and purpose. So I've been having a lot of conversations recently with people who are asking me, like, am I passionate about what I do? They're like, you're seemingly successful, you do what you do, and you seem to enjoy what you do, but is that enough? And so I think it's easy for many of us to go to school, get jobs, enter into our careers, start making our salaries, but is that enough? Just because you do something doesn't mean that it is what you're meant to do. So what are you passionate about?
I am passionate about, I love giving back, and spreading knowledge. I love just spreading knowledge about things that's going on and giving my perspective. That's my passion. Now, what I do, I guess you could say it's being informative, because my job is very informative of like educating people on what they're doing and walking them through steps. Because right now I'm having litigation, and that's a whole nother ball game. If I need to be a lawyer, need to go to law school for this shit. But I'm not passionate about it.
You know what I can see you doing? I could see you being like the Black Bill Nye, doing some sciencey biology bullshit.
That's my major.
Well, that's why I'm bringing it up.
But I'm just good. So I think this helped a lot of people too. Just because I was good in it, don't mean I should have majored in it. That makes sense. 'Cause I was smart in math and science. I can do that all day. Like, give me a math problem, science problem, I'm going to solve it. But it wasn't my passion. I should have done broadcast journalism.
I think, so to answer the question, what am I passionate about? I'm passionate about helping people and like removing boundaries for people in healthcare. Now, it took me a long time to figure out what I wanted to do in healthcare. I went everything from nursing to pre-OT, then I went like pre-med. Like, I've been all over the spectrum. I walked out of medical field and was like, I'm going to be an accountant. Like, I've just been all over the place. So to be like now in my 30s, I'm 32, Rodney, girl.
I know.
But now to be 32 and to know like I found my passion and where I want to be, it makes all the difference. But I had a conversation and a discussion with actually the boy that makes me say, yeah, we were talking about this, about, you guys have saw From Scratch on Netflix? Y'all are stupid. Have y'all saw From Scratch on Netflix?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so when her dad was like, you need to be an attorney, and she was like, I want to be an artist. And literally we both looked at each other and we paused it and we were like, that's crazy, because in so many black families, like, we have people who are passionate about things, but then it's returned by their parents like, that ain't gonna make you no money. Being a hairstylist ain't gonna make you no money, but I know hairstylists that make more than me in corporate America. Or being a personal trainer, you're not gonna make no money. And it's like, no, but actually, if you do it correctly, you can make more money than a CEO of a company. You know what I mean? So I think when we do think about passion versus purpose and what people are passionate about versus their careers, a lot of people, I hate to say it, do not work, or they're not going to work every day for something that they're passionate about because, for lack of a better term, their parents pushed them to do something that was going to be marketable or career-wise. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, because my brother, no lie, he was like 8 years old writing like Harry Potter books with pictures. And I remember, I'm like, Dante, you should get this published. Like, his art teacher was like, let me help you publish you. And my dad stopped it. And I think that was one of the worst mistakes my dad could ever done. Like, my brother his mind was just different as a child. Like, how he wrote things. And he's very good in English. Like, he way better than me. Like, wrote things and put things together with pictures. I was like, this is some good stuff. Like, if for 9 years old, and my dad was like, you won't make no money from that? Put that shit away. My dad was kind of mean about it, to be honest. He was being a little itch. And I'm like, wow. And I'm like, why didn't nobody say something to my daddy? Like, my mom didn't say nothing about it. I'm like, y'all had a teacher who was going to do this for Dante, And y'all, well, my dad stopped it and my mom didn't say nothing.
I think we just have to think about the mindset. Just like I said, like it's there. When you're raising specifically Black children in America, you're thinking like, how can I make sure that my kids are going to be marketable? How am I going to make sure that you're going to have a job that's sustainable? Like, perfect example. I just had a conversation with my nephew. My nephew's graduating high school in May, and he's already been accepted to college. And he said, Uncle Shazam, I want to be a chef. And when he said it, I first thought to myself, I ain't no damn chef gonna make no money. But then I had to think I had to come back and say, no, that's not how you do it. And I literally had a conversation with him. I said, listen, I'm going to give you my perspective. If you're passionate about cooking, I said, you can always get a degree that's going to support that, like business or marketing or accounting. I was like, but they have programs where you can minor, you can get a certificate in like pastry this or this, and this. And like, he heard me out. And like, for a long time, I kind of battled about it because I was like, did I give him the wrong advice? But then I was like, no, because he's ultimately pursuing his passion. Like, he's going to get to like, get the pastry chef certificate or get the minor in like culinary arts, but he's going to have something that is also, he can stand on with that. But I also, like I said, I think it's just, we have to think about the mindset, because even some of us probably have that mindset. Like I just admitted I had it. Like I told my nephew, don't major in that, but it's like, we have to push more Black kids to follow their passion and let their imagination run.
Yeah, I am passionate about the work that I do. I love working with people. I love having dope conversations. Don't necessarily like the clinical notes. I don't think anybody really does. But what I've learned over the last 2 to 5 years is that outside of having dope conversations, I really love creating spaces for people to get what they need. And I think yoga taught me that. And yoga, I'm really passionate about yoga. There's a spirituality piece to it that I love, and I love having conversations about spirituality. And that's something that I want to develop for myself a little bit more. Because I remember being young and shying away from having spiritual conversations or having conversations about God, because it wasn't trendy. It wasn't the thing that was in. Like I went to church, your friends go to church, but how often did you sit with your friends and talk about God? Like, shit, we do that now. Shouldn't be cussing and talking about God. But
yeah, I know your heart.
But we do that now as adults, but when you're in your teens and 20s, you're definitely not trying to do that. I don't even remember, I used to love gospel music. And I used to just drive with the music turned up, but then I would get into certain spaces and I'd turn it down. Because of that perception that, gospel music isn't cool. But now I'm in the space where sometimes it's all you got.
Yeah.
Man, I be blasting the Clarksons in my Jeep. One day looked at me, I said, name it. Top down everything. I said, it's yours. I'm saying, I felt that in my spirit.
I'm dead.
I think we answered all the questions. Oh, well, what do you think your purpose is? If we just discussed what you're passionate about, what do you think your purpose is?
This.
To be happy. Ha ha ha. This third ward.
I'll say this. What I'm doing now, like, I really enjoy this. Like, doing panels and things of that nature, putting together shows and stuff like that. Yeah, horrible.
I think it's really just like to help people. I don't want to. I think it's to help people. I don't think it's. I just lost. Lord, we're all over the place. I'm so sorry, y'all. I think it's to help people and to really just make sure that I can do something to assist somebody that needs something that can't pay me back for it.
I like that.
I like that too.
Yeah, when I was like in college, I used to always, when I was in grad school, I used to always tweet, or I would always post on Facebook, do something nice for somebody today and not expect anything back. Do something nice for somebody who can't pay you back. Do something nice for somebody who does no benefit to you. You know what I mean? For a stranger, or like just somebody that like, don't do something nice just because it's like, oh, you're going to do something for me. Just do it out of the kindness of your heart. If everyone in the world took one moment to do something nice for somebody and not expect something back, think about how much like people will be smiling, walking around and shit.
Hold on. Pisces says, Shazam, there are bachelor degrees in culinary arts now. That is so nice.
Understood, baby. But the school he is choosing does not have that. And he got a very, very, very generous scholarship to this school. And yes, he plays soccer. He is a whiz. My nephews are amazingly smart. And he wanted to go to this school because we told him like he had an option to go to a culinary arts school out of state. And his parents, my sister and brother-in-law, God bless them because they're going to pay for it out of pocket. And they were like, if you want to go there, you can go. And he's like, no, I want to go here. So it's like we put the ball in his court. At a certain point when you
so
like
beautiful.
have children, you have to, or nephews or nieces, because as like black gay men, until we have children, the closest thing we have are godchildren and nieces and nephews. And we have to, as scary as it is thinking about him going to college, I've had to put the ball in his court about a lot of things. Like, I'm like, well, what do you want to do in the dorm? And he's like, well, I don't know if I want to be like involved in this, but I want to do this. And in my mind, I'm thinking, no, you need to do this because I've done it. Like even little things, like my sister was like, are you going to talk to him about pledging? And I was just like, if he has questions, I'm going to talk to him about it, but I'm not going to force that on him. Like there are so many things that you have to just put the ball in their court and just let them run with it because it's now his time to make his decisions. And a lot of times we put these pressures on them to do other things. And I can cry talking about that because my nephew was like born when I was in 8th grade. And to see him going to college, it's just like, oh my God, like this is so crazy.
Yeah.
But, child.
Did you say what your purpose is? Oh, you said this. Okay. I think I'm in the same space. Like, I think your purpose is one of those things that you're the most fearful of. And for the longest time, just being in a space and being heard just terrified me. And I've always been in positions where I've had to take the lead and like, I was either in front of a classroom or I was in front of a counseling group or I was, at a conference. And those moments really just terrified me. So being on a platform like this where you have so many people, sometimes we see the comments and sometimes the comments are not so gracious.
They're not.
Yeah. And so being able to show up anyway.
Because I was sensitive, like half these folks. I wouldn't be here. I'd go home and cry. You got to have tough skin with stuff, especially in this type of field, being a creator, because everybody's not going to agree with you or like you, and they're going to say things because they're behind a computer board and be bullies, and you have to rise above it. And I'm rising above it. The bullshit. Let's get to the letter.
Let's do the letter.
Still I rise.
Still I rise. All right, you guys, we are now getting a segment called The Letter. I just wanted to do that for some reason. I don't know why.
That was him. That wasn't our feed. We got a good connection. We paid our bill.
Yeah, The Letter. So this is what welcome you all into joining us openers. This is called our fifth seat, as Solomon always say. If you want to send us a letter about anything going on in your life, have any question, things like that, we're here to help you. But full disclaimer, like I always tell you, we are not therapists. We do have one on staff. However, he is off the clock. And if you want to reach him outside of office hours, you can hit us up on his DM at Solomon Each Stretch, and he will send you a bill. Now, how you can send your letter openers, you can go to our website, openrelationshippodcast.com, or you can email us at openrelationshippodcast@gmail.com. and send us a letter, and then we'll be happy to answer that for you, okay? Now, let's read the letter. Advice needed. Why is it hard for me to find love? I'm 47 years old, and I desperately want a husband. I was a player back in my day, but now I'm ready to settle down. However, I feel like I'm washed up. Damn. That kind of hurt my heart. What do you fellas suggest?
I think you answered your own question, Mr. Opener Child. You said, I feel like I'm washed up. Well, baby, if you feel like you washed up, that's the first problem. You got to have a little confidence about yourself, a little pep in your step. If you was a player back in the day, I'm sure you can probably pull people now.
Thank you, Jared, for $49.99.
Welcome back, Jared. Thank you for your fifth seat fee because we are going to replace you. So we're glad that you paid your monthly dues. No, I'm playing. Thank you, Jared. But sir, like you're 47. You're saying you're washed up. You said back in your day. I feel like if you were a player back then, you probably can still pool. I also think that you have to think about, are you putting out what you want to attract?
He
That's
is.
the first thing, because if you're not, saying I desperately want a husband is not the way to find a husband. I'm just being honest, in my opinion. But also, girl, call the gay dating coach. She was just here.
You know he was here.
Call the gay dating coach. I'm sure he can send you over a survey, a questionnaire, and he can find you a man. But I think you have to really know exactly how you're going to go about this, because I think the way you're approaching it and your perspective is important if you want to get to where you're going. And your perspective on this, to me, is all wrong. So flip that perspective, girl. Spray some jupe on. Is that what old people used to wear back in the day? Jupe. Put some jupe on and go outside and get you a man.
No, you didn't.
Not jupe.
No, you didn't.
Y'all wore jupe? Solomon, you wore jupe?
No.
No.
Y'all know jupe in a little green bottle. People was
Never.
wearing jupe.
Never.
Okay, well, sir, go get you some jupe, some polo. Wear some Axe. I don't know, hell.
Let me
something
say
on.
this. You know what? I feel like this is all my opinion and assumption.
Oh, here we go.
He probably was very fine back in the day. Probably was a fine ass man.
He could
probably
be fine
was,
now.
He could still be fine.
I'm going somewhere.
Oh.
Stay with me. He probably was
That was good.
very fine.
Wasn't
He probably very fine back in the day. Probably looked very, very good. Probably like, getting the sex he wanted and anybody he wanted, how he wanted them. Now daddy's getting a little older, or Miss Mamas, and that body is not it's not looking the same, and now you are scared because now you look in the mirror, you don't see that useful person where you can tell you're aging, you might got a couple little, wrinkles in your skin, and you like, damn, it's time to settle down. And the people who you once used to pull younger are not checking for your old daddy ass no more. And so now the people who you do know is your age, they probably got all these words about you. You probably was a big hoe back in there, don't know who wants your whole ass. So now you don't know what to do with yourself, and you just around here
What is
looking.
going on?
I know somebody like this currently. You just around here looking
Oh,
around.
so you just reading somebody.
You just around here reading, looking around, trying to hope somebody find love with your ass. So I would suggest that you move. Move. Go to a new city and just start over. Because apparently where you at now, they all know your tea. They all don't want you. Baby, it's over for you. The letter.
I'm over it.
What Rodney is trying to say
No,
is
he
that
said what he said.
as you get older, you've ran the streets so long that now, like, the people know who you are and what you're about, and because you're trying to change your perception now, it can't be changed because first impressions are everything. So he's saying you should go for a fresh start. Damn, Rodney.
Thank you. PR.
He said it's over for your ass. The letter. Solomon, what should he do? You guys are the same age.
We are not. We are not. And for 47, I think that is a blessing. So it is amazing. Well, I don't want to say it's amazing that you made it
47 and single.
47.
That's a blessing. 47 and single.
Well, no, 47.
Well, he's single as well.
Huh?
He's
Well,
single as well.
47 is a blessing.
47 is a blessing.
I said it's 47.
We
and
haven't
single
gotten
blessing.
to the single part yet.
Well, that's what the whole letter's about, being single.
But in terms of being single, I think the biggest part of the being single is the desperate. And I desperately want a husband. And desperation is not attractive.
Sure ain't. Probably big.
Say it again, because that was...
Probably trying to pay for it. They still don't want it. Okay, that's mean. Let me stop. It sounded very. That was a personal attack.
So it's just now getting mean for you?
We just talked about growth last week, and here you are.
No, but that was clearly to a personal person. That really was to the.
So who
opener.
is it? Somebody in your life?
Hell no.
Somebody you know? Mm-hmm. They tried to spin the block on you and they old now?
Oh hell no.
Oh, okay. Just wondering.
Wow.
Go ahead, Solomon.
But
Sorry.
desperation is not attractive. Desperation is actually a repellent. It really is, because you... I don't know how to describe it.
Excuse me. I just want to be free.
And I get the pull to want to settle down because, you know, you want to be coupled. You want to have someone to focus on and be the object of your attention and your affection. But I think it's going back to what Shazam was saying, getting some self-confidence, believing in your attractiveness, believing in your pull, and also being realistic about your expectations.
Yeah.
I think that's
like
important. And then also think about, what does your dating habits look like?
Who are you going after? That, I mean, we went over this last year. Everybody don't want you. And sometimes you have to move. I think he should just move. No, all honesty, Oprah, I really think you should move. All the other stuff I'm kind of playing.
Moving is not the answer.
Right, and he's 47.
Because he's going to be 40.
Move.
He's going to be 40 and 7 and single somewhere else.
But with new people who don't know
No,
his team.
because the world is small, Rodney. There are people that, like, Instagram literally connects people so fast.
I'm just saying.
You're saying this to the person in your life or whoever you know, and that's not the advice you should be giving this opener who wrote us a letter.
You should move.
So look in the camera and tell that man.
You should move.
No, not the opener, the friend that you're talking about or whoever.
You should move too.
You want to say his name? All right, then.
We are not doing that.
What Monique say? They keep it on the playground.
No, but honestly, I mean, for real now, I'm kind of being mean and funny earlier, but opener, honestly, if you feel like the people around you, this is all, again, if they're not checking for you, and that could be the case, I sure suggest you some moving is okay. To find love, move. Nobody know who you are. You can see your name is Betty White, and we will never know the difference. Who knows? Move. No? Okay. Open, what y'all think he should do? Move? I don't know.
Wow.
Opener, I'm sure we didn't help you, child. I'm sorry. But I send you good luck and positivity on your dating journey, and I hope that you find a husband that you don't desperately need.
Also, just piggyback off of what I was saying earlier, be realistic about your dating expectations. If you're going to the club, if you're going to brunch, if you're going to all these spots where you're not necessarily going to meet somebody, then start refocusing. What?
I just think that's dangerous because you can go to the club and brunch and meet people.
You can meet somebody anywhere.
You love saying dangerous. You are a dangerous person for saying dangerous.
No, I don't think you're actually the most dangerous person at this table.
No, according
you
to
actually are, baby. You're the most dangerous person at this table.
Number 2.
No, who do you think's dangerous? No, what I say makes sense. A lot of times you be just going, just like now, you went off a personal situation and read the opener. Dangerous.
Somebody asked real quick before we go, what age range do you think a guy... Wait, hold on. I see a heart. The heart is on my way. What that say?
What age range do you think gay men want to settle down?
I think it varies.
It varies because we have some people that are like 21, 22 getting married, but then we have some people who are like 56 getting married. You got some people who've been married to women, then come out of relationships and get married when they're 70. It varies. I think it's cute.
I would not be mean.
If Rodney had a pussy, he'd be a nasty lady. He would. He'd be like just hilarious.
No, I'd be about my money though.
He would. Like he would be, you know what? He'll actually be like Angela Yee.
No.
I think so.
I think I'd be my mama. A reincarnation of a young version of my mama. Bad bitch. About her business.
Wait, does any of their openers have any suggestions? Because we didn't really help on the letter. What y'all thinking? What should this opener do? Because he's 47 and single and he want a man desperately.
He does, y'all. But what's sad, a lot of people used to be players back in the day. Now they getting older now. And it's the truth.
I think we see it every day, even when we go.
It's some in Atlanta. No shade.
You go to the clubs here, and there be people in there that be like 50 bopping around the club. God forbid I'm 50 in the club. Oh,
and
my
they be
God.
trying to hit on you, and I be like,
if you don't buy this drink and get the fuck out my face.
now you see what I'm saying. Like, I remember being an Einstein. I know we got to go Einstein back in the day.
Einstein.
Baby, I was 23. Fine, okay? Fine. And these older men used to come up and try to like holler. If you ain't buying no drink, Miss Mama's gone.
Baby, I remember going to
You
Einstein.
55, what you gonna do for me? I'm 23.
It was hot in there, and there was that little square, and I just walk in there, me and my homeboy, and whatever old man was trying to buy drinks that night, I'm just getting drunk before I go to opera, okay?
Now you see what I'm saying? Like, baby, you 54, I'm 23. Do
what
the math.
What you gonna do for me? Solomon, get us out of here.
It's the truth.
All right. Openers, thank you for coming and joining the 4 of us typically, as we swallow hard topics and spit difference of opinions.
Bye.